Instagram CEO recently revealed 14 algorithm secrets that will completely transform your growth in 2025. And look, this is no guru nonsense or recycled advice. This is real insider knowledge from the person who knows Instagram better than anyone. So if I were you, I would listen up, because if you truly understand and apply these 14 game-changing insights, there is no way you won't hit 100,000 followers this year. Sadly, but nowadays all the gurus are trying to sell you those silly ideas to use trending hashtags or post at specific times. But let me tell you one thing. Sorry to say this, but those are not going to make you grow. And now you might think to yourself, but how do you know all this? Well, I'm glad you asked. In the last 12 months alone, I grew my account from 0 to 300,000 followers. I posted over 370 posts in 2024, and I spent way over 500 hours studying Instagram and other creators. And what makes this video different is that every single tip comes directly from Instagram CEO himself, not some random guru who is guessing how the algorithm works. So what I'm about to share with you today will not only help you grow this year, but also will save you hundreds and hundreds of hours. So now let's get back to the 14 main secrets you must know. These are the exact things that once I understood them, it helped me grow from 0 to 300,000 followers. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Now the first secret is that Instagram has two different ranking systems.
So at a high level, there are two types of ranking on Instagram. There's one for accounts you follow, we call that connected reach, and there's another for accounts that do not follow you yet, we call that recommendations or unconnected reach. Now for both, the most important signals are the same three. They are how much of a video we think someone is going to watch, and whether or not we think they're going to like that video, or they're going to actually send that video to a friend. And so what you need to look at is average watch time, likes per reach, and sends per reach. Now, if you really want to understand the nuances, likes are actually slightly more important than sends for connected content, and sends are actually a little bit more important than like for unconnected content, but time is the most important for both.
Now look, this is huge. Instagram CEO just confirmed that they have completely different algorithms for showing your content to non-followers and your followers. But keep in mind that for both algorithms, the CEO says that the three most important signals are how much of a video someone will watch, whether they will like it or no, and whether they will send it to their friends, or in other words, will they share. But here's the key difference. Likes are slightly more important for connected content, in other words, for your followers, while sends, or in other words, shares, are more important for unconnected content, which means for non-followers. So now what does this mean for you? Look, you need to understand that there are different strategies depending on whether you want to try reach your existing followers or new followers and new audience. For your followers, focus on content that they will watch fully and like. And now if you want to reach non-followers, create content worth sharing. And of course, after posting, check your insights and look at these three metrics: average watch time, likes per reach, and sends per reach. This will tell you exactly why some of your reels perform better than others. Now the second secret is trial reels are your secret weapon for 2025.
I do highly recommend you use trial reels. Basically what a trial does is it does not share with your followers, and it does not end up on your profile, but it shares with accounts that do not yet follow you. And then the posts that do the best, you can decide to upgrade for your followers into your profile.
Now look, this is a game changer that almost nobody is talking about. Instagram CEO just revealed a feature called Trial Reels that lets you test content with new audiences without showing it to your followers. And here's why it's so powerful. Now you can post as much content as you want without annoying your existing followers. And then when something performs well with new audiences, you can upgrade it to show to your followers too. So this solves one of the biggest problems creators face: wanting to post more to grow faster, but worrying about overwhelming their existing followers. To use this feature, when posting a reel, look for trial option. Now this is especially valuable if you are pivoting your content to other side or style. Now the third secret is stories are for retention and not growth.
Now to start, I want to be clear that for almost every creator out there, you're going to reach more people if you post to feed than if you post to stories. And that's because stories is designed to really connect people with others that they know in real life, their friends.
Now this is crucial to understand. Instagram CEO himself just confirmed that stories won't help you reach new people, but they're essential for keeping your existing followers engaged. Look, the CEO of Instagram is telling us that stories are designed for connecting with people who already follow you. He specifically says stories help you reach your most passionate audience. These are the people who are willing to tap on your profile without even knowing what's behind it. So what should you post on stories? Well, it's pretty simple. Almost anything. Behind the scenes content, more authentic and raw content, timely updates, and things your most passionate followers will care about. Now, I personally recommend posting stories daily, but if you have something valuable to say, save your growth focused content for reels and feed posts. Now, how I said before, stories are about nurturing the existing followers you already have, which prevents unfollows and builds stronger connection. Now, the fourth secret is no watermarks requirement.
If you want your content to be eligible to show up to people who have not decided to follow you yet, you need to meet these 5 criteria. 1, no watermarks. Simply Create asks, if you watermark a reel with your own logo, will that affect its reach? And the answer is no. That's actually good to go. What we try to do is not recommend reels with logos from other apps, But if it's your own logo, don't worry about it.
Again, the CEO of Instagram himself just confirmed that having no watermarks from other platforms is the first requirement for your content to be eligible for recommendations to new audiences, or in other words, to reach non-followers. And look, this isn't just suggestion, it's a hard requirement. If your content have watermarks from TikTok, YouTube, CapCut, or other platforms, Instagram will automatically restrict it from reaching new audience. And I've tested this by posting identical content with and without watermarks, and the difference in reach is dramatic, often 5 to 10 times more reach without watermark. And if you are repurposing content across platforms, always have a clean version without any watermarks. And don't worry, there are also tools that can help remove watermarks if needed. Also, don't worry if you have your own branding or watermark. Your own branding or logo is fine, but anything else that identifies as content coming from other competitive platforms will limit your reach. The fifth secret is add audio to all of your content.
2, make sure you add audio, particularly important for photos and carousels.
Now here, how you can see, the CEO just revealed that adding audio is a requirement for recommendations. And look, not just for Reels, but for photos and carousels too. Instagram now allows you to add music to static content too, and by doing so, you significantly increase your chances of reaching new audiences. And this is because it makes your content more engaging and allows it to appear in audio-based discovery surfaces. And look, I've tested this by posting identical carousels with and without the audio, and those with audio consistently get 30 to 50% more reach, and it actually works. Also, when choosing audio, look for tracks that match the mood of your content. Don't just add random trending songs. The alignment between your content and the audio matters. This is one of the easiest ways to instantly boost your reach with minimal effort. Just tap on the music icon when creating the content, not just Reels. Now the sixth secret is keep your videos under 3 minutes.
3, if you are posting a video, make sure that it's 3 minutes long or less.
The CEO of Instagram just confirmed a specific time limit for videos to be eligible for recommendations, and it's 3 minutes or less. Now look, in the past it was only 1 minute and 30 seconds, but recently Instagram had an update, letting people upload longer videos. But if I were you, Instagram best practices suggest that 30 or 90 seconds is the optimal length for Reels. Of course, you can go up to 3 minutes and still reach new people, but keep in mind that the longer the video, the harder it is to maintain the viewer retention until the end. Also, if you don't have anything valuable to add, don't stretch it to 3 minutes just for the sake of doing so. Instead, aim for 30 to 90 seconds to keep it concise, engaging, and effective. Now the seventh secret is post original content.
4, make sure that the content is original. And that doesn't mean you can't work with someone else's content, but you have to significantly make it your own. So I could take someone else's video and do a green screen on top of it and give my commentary. That would be original.
Now look, the CEO just clarified what original content means to Instagram, and it's not as restrictive as many fear. You don't have to create everything from scratch. You can use other people's content as long as you significantly make it your own. He specifically mentions that you could take someone else's video and do a green screen commentary over it, and that would count as original. And this is really great news for creators who curate and transform other content rather than creating everything from scratch. Now the key here is adding your own unique perspective, analysis, or transformation. Now what doesn't work is simply reposting someone else's content without adding significant value. The algorithm can detect this and restrict your reach. Now what I recommend is using 70-30 rule. Even when using others' content as inspiration, make sure that at least 70% of the value comes from your own unique addition or transformation. Now the eighth secret is maintain good account status.
And 5, make sure your account is in good status, which you can check by going to profile and to account status.
Now this is crucial but often overlooked. Your account status directly impacts your reach potential, and the CEO just confirmed that having a good account status is a requirement for reaching new audiences. And many creators don't even realize that they have account restrictions until they check it. Remember that even minor violations can limit your reach without even knowing it. And to check your status, go to your profile, tap the 3 lines in the top right, go to settings and privacy, and then account status. Make sure you're in good standing with no violations. Anyways, if you do have violations, address them immediately. This might mean removing flagged content or appealing incorrect violations. I personally recommend checking your account status monthly, especially if you have noticed sudden drop in reach, because sometimes a single piece of content that violates guidelines can restrict your entire account's reach. Now the ninth secret is the first 3 seconds are make or break.
The first 3 seconds of a reel are super important. Now we call this the hook. Now that doesn't necessarily mean you need to bait the user or have a cliffhanger, but you do need to get the user's attention, because as they're scrolling through a feed, you have a brief moment where you might actually get them invested in hearing what else you have to say. A couple things I recommend. 1, use text when possible, because a lot of times people actually have the sound off to start. And 2, set expectations. Let people know what you're going to talk about so they know if they are interested in viewing a bit further.
Well, finally, even the CEO just confirmed what I've been saying for years. The first 3 seconds of your video determine everything. If you lose people in those first moments, it doesn't matter how amazing the rest of your content is. And look, I analyzed thousands of reels and found something fascinating. After 1 second, about 85 to 90% of viewers are still watching any video. Then after 3 seconds, about 60 to 65% remain. But what happens between seconds 3 and 5 is what determines virality. Videos that went viral only lost 5 to 6% of viewers between seconds 3 and 5, but videos videos that flopped lost 10 to 15% in those same 2 seconds. And this tiny difference in early retention creates massive difference in reach. And look, the CEO recommends 2 specific tactics. First is use text, since many people browse with sound off, and also set clear expectations about what your content will deliver. Don't try to trick people. Be clear about what value you're offering. Now the 10th secret is the 3 key metrics to track.
These are the 3 metrics you should pay the most attention to if you're optimizing for reach. Now, I want to be clear, you need to be you and be authentic. Don't just care about reach, but obviously you want to create content that's going to reach more people. And yes, follower count matters, but if you understand what's driving your follower count and what's driving your reach per post, take a look at the average watch time, if it's a reel, and the like rate and the send rate. So the total likes over total number of people reached and total sends over total number of people reached. These will give you a sense of how watchable the video was, how likable it was, and how shareable it was. And then look for patterns. Are there things that you've posted typically that get a lot more likes but not a lot of sends, or vice versa? And then consider doubling down on the patterns that work and then moving away from the ones that don't, while staying true to yourself.
Now again, the CEO of Instagram himself just revealed the exact 3 metrics their algorithm prioritizes. The first one is average watch time, the second is like rate, and the third is send rate. Not total likes or comments, but the rates relative to reach. And this is crucial because it means that a post with 100 likes from 1000 views will outperform a post with 500 likes out of 10,000 views. Remember, the algorithm cares about engagement density and not raw numbers. And calculate average watch time for videos, like rate, likes divided by reach, and send rate, sends divided by reach. And try to look for patterns in your top performing content. Do certain topics, formats, or hooks consistently get higher rates? If so, double down on what works while staying true to your niche. Now the 11th secret is posting frequency strategy.
I've got a lot of questions in the last couple of days about how much to post on Instagram. And so I did want to make sure you know that you should prioritize quality over quantity. But in general, posting more will help. The more you post, the more people you're going to reach, and the more your follower count is going to grow over time.
This is a balanced take from Instagram CEO that confirms what I've seen in my own growth. Posting more frequently does help you grow faster, but only if you maintain quality. The CEO of Instagram specifically says that the more you post, the more people you're going to reach, and the more your follower count is going to grow over time. And this is a direct confirmation that consistency and frequency matter. However, he also warns against burnout, which, trust me, is real. I've seen creators post daily for 2 weeks, burn out, and disappear for a month and lose all of their momentum. In Instagram best practices section, they recommend posting about 10 times per month, which is roughly around 2 to 3 times per week as a baseline. And this is a good starting point for most creators. If you were asked my recommendation, I would say start with 2 to 3 quickly posts per week. And as you build systems and get more efficient, gradually increase to 4 to 5 times weekly if possible. Remember that quality always beats quantity, but consistent quality at higher frequency beats everything. Now the 12th secret is carousels get a second chance.
If someone sees your carousel post but they don't swipe, we'll often give that carousel a second chance and automatically move to that second piece of media for the viewer.
Okay, so the CEO just revealed that Instagram gives carousels a second chance if someone doesn't engage the first time. And here's how it works. If someone sees your carousels but don't swipe through it, Instagram will show it to them again later, but starting with the second slide instead of the first one. And this effectively gives your content 2 chances to capture attention, which is huge for reach. No other content format gets this special treatment. And to leverage this, make sure your both first and second slides are strong hooks that can stand alone. Don't put all of your effort in the first slide and then drop off in the quality in the second. Now the 13th secret is the video quality requirements.
People ask me all the time what quality should they export their videos at before uploading to Instagram. The short answer is the higher quality, the better. The more high quality the video is that comes to us, the better we're going to be able to deliver a high quality looking experience to viewers. You definitely want at least 720p and at least 30 FPS.
So the CEO just revealed the minimum technical requirements for your videos to perform well in the algorithm. And this might seem basic, but it's crucial. Now look, Instagram recommends at least 720p and 30 frames per second for your videos. Anything lower than this will automatically downrank your video by the algorithm, regardless of how good your content is. But here's what most people miss. Instagram only accepts 1080p content, and if you upload, for example, 4K, Instagram will automatically compress it anyway, and often very poorly. So the optimal approach is to film in the highest quality possible, for example 4K, but export your final video at 1080p and 30 frames per second. This gives you the best quality while letting you control the compression rather than leaving it to Instagram. Now the 14th secret is reply to comments quickly. just confirmed something that can significantly boost your engagement and reach: responding to comments quickly. Now look, it's not a secret that Instagram algorithm sees active comment sections as a sign of quality content. So when you reply to comments, you're not just building relationships with your audience, but you're also signaling to the algorithm that your content is generating meaningful conversations. So I personally recommend setting aside 15 to 30 minutes each day specifically for responding to comments, and try to reply within the first 24 hours of posting, when the engagement is the highest. And look, don't just reply with generic responses or emojis. Ask questions, provide additional value, or engage in genuine conversations. And this encourages more comments and creates a positive feedback loop for the algorithm. So these 14 algorithm secrets aren't flashy or complicated, but they work. I've used them to grow multiple accounts to hundreds of thousands of followers, and they continue to work despite algorithm changes. You need to understand that the key on Instagram is consistency. So try to apply these principles daily, and I can promise you that you will see your account grow steadily over time. Also, if you want to get 23 lessons in the next 23 days all about Instagram growth and monetizations with no BS advice, then check out my free course in the link below. I go much deeper into each of these strategies and share even more tactics that are working right now. Also, if you want to work one-on-one with me to build an actually profitable personal brand and scale your business, or just get more leads in total, you will also find the link to book a call with me below. Remember, Instagram growth isn't about tricks or hacks, it's about consistently applying proven principles and providing real value to your audience. So start implementing these strategies today and watch your account grow over coming months. For now, see you in the next video, and remember that I'm rooting for you.